Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for our third forestry speed dating webinar focused on wildfire management and also the first one of this year. This forestry speed dating series on wildfire management is a collaboration of the Bioregions Facility and the FireRes project. I'm Sive Briers, I'm an expert at the European Forest Institute's Bioregions Facility, and I will be your moderator for today. 2 weeks ago, the Los Angeles area in the United States experienced devastating wildfires, which were fueled by powerful winds and dry conditions. These fires destroyed thousands of homes and even claimed at least 27 lives. The combined area burned by the Palisades, Eaton, and Hearst fires totaled more than 16,000 hectares, an area larger than Paris. According to some estimates, the total economic losses could reach $50 billion US. As climate change drives hotter and drier conditions, the risk of mega wildfires has surged in many parts of the world. Now, to address this growing threat, fostering coordination, collaboration, and knowledge exchange across sectors is essential. Therefore, it is great to see such a big community here today. Okay, so here's a quick breakdown of what today's event will look like. We start with HighTek's Q.SYSTEM, an aerial firefighting technology focused on disaster management. Then this will be followed by Terrafarmers, a post-wildfire solution offering a low-impact method for restoring ecosystems using drone technology. And then we have a presentation from Mejor Technologies, a Dutch software company developing machine learning-powered wildfire management solutions such as LUCI and CHRIS.
Okay. Good morning to everyone. Thank you for joining this presentation. I am Francesco De Vigo, the CEO of HighTek. I am expert in computer vision and data-driven wildfire propagator software. HighTek and Q.SYSTEM technology is challenging different aspects in the wildfire management sector. We try to tackle problem at different level. From helicopter company involved deeply in area firefighting, from control room civil protection, and for firefighters involved in the front line. They are directly to risking their life. One of the biggest problems for helicopter company is the fact that they are pushed and exposed to extreme conditions, low visibility, high turbulence, and this is the cause of several disasters every year in the world. Another problem that is common and we are trying to tackle is that the aid-based firefighting is time-consuming and expensive. So what we try to provide is something that improves the effectiveness of area firefighting. From control room, the problem is that generally they need information about the wildfire and the disaster in real time in order to take fast and rapid decisions. A second problem is that most of the information that are available are generally provided by independent and different technologies that are difficult to integrate in order to get insight about the disaster. From people involved in frontline, they are exactly as helicopter company exposed to the risk of the fire. Every year we hear about people that die about the fire trapping, and what is needed is a prediction system that supports people in order to understand if a situation is going out of control and they have to evacuate. And another problem is the communication. So the fact that communication is carried out via radio mostly, and this will create some problem in coordinating people involved. What we are doing with our technology is to try to solve the problem that I have just presented. Q.SYSTEM is an integrated solution that try to create the link and put in communication every actor, every stakeholder involved in the emergency. The primary goal is to acquire information in real time, elaborate all the data that is acquired by different sensors and technologies, and to provide innovative services that are able to solve the issues that we have just seen. In particular, the system is mainly composed by an aerial sensor that is an avionic payload, a multi-camera system that is installed on helicopters, drones. It exploits cellular or satellite telecommunication system to send real-time information to data center where data is integrated from sensor or satellite weather data. So every kind of information is available, is integrated. And through advanced data management software, we provide to a cloud solution, innovative service to decision maker in order for them to take fast decision and take informed decision. Which are the benefits? We have data available in real time. So what we do is to make a firefighting helicopter, because mostly today helicopter involved in firefighting are dedicated to firefighting. What we make is to transform a firefighting helicopter also in a surveillance helicopter. So the same aircraft that up before us was only dedicated to dropping water on the fire, now is also able to provide information to the pilot through a mission computer. So he has all the information where to drop exactly the fire. He can see through the smoke. I will show you in a second. And also to provide the data to the people that are in control room or on ground. So we reduce the risk of collision with the visibility enhancement system. We save from 10 to 20% of flight time, particularly for lightning fire that mainly spread out underneath the earth, so are very difficult to detect from air, and also in post-fire inspection activities that are one of the most time-consuming activities. And also the automatic software allows people in the control room to take directly the right decision without managing data in a G software. The technology, as just introduced, is composed of three main parts. The sensing part, so the sensor that is installed under the helicopter or on every aerial platform. The Q.SYSTEM, that is the cloud software that allows control room people or firefighter to access processed information that the system automatically elaborates, and Q.Fire, that is the fire simulator. So is the software that takes in real time information provided by the aerial sensor or other source of data and try to improve the propagation based on real-time measurement that is collecting. Actually, the technology is already in use in 3 countries in Europe, in north of Italy, in 2 different regions, and with 2 different helicopter company and 3 administration. In Spain, mainly in the Canary Islands, and in Portugal, in Madeira. And actually, we are trying to expand in a new country or expand in new territory of the country where we are actually providing the technology. And this is one of the requests of today's meeting. So just to start engaging new stakeholders that will be interested in a technology like this one in order to try to do pilots or to start understanding which are their specific user needs and how the Q.SYSTEM technology can solve the specific need. Which are the advantages in order to compare the hardware components? So let's focus on the avionics system. Our technology is specifically developed for firefighting. So we don't develop a very general dual-use aerial system, gimbal system, that can be used by military or civil. Our sensor has the sensor computing part and telecommunication system dedicated to the firefighting needs. So the cost is optimized because sensors are specifically selected for the kind of mission that has to be carried out. Weight is reduced, so this allows flexibility in installation on different platforms. The certification, that is one of the main costs when we have to install something on an aircraft, is very easily, it's straightforward because the size of the component is very reduced, so it does not impact the aerodynamics of the system. The integration is a plug-and-play solution, so you can rapidly integrate on every aircraft with respect to a very big component that need a very complex and expensive integration. The software is customized, so you don't have a generic software that provide the live streaming and aerial photo video, but the software has been developed together with civil protection and firefighters just to get the data that is needed. So also the functionalities can be updated, and the hardware is optimized in order to be used by helicopter with single pilot. Most of the helicopter involved in aerial firefighting, so small helicopter like the Airbus AS350 has a single pilot during operation. So this hardware is optimized to be operated by a single pilot that cannot control a gimbal system. What you're looking is one of the live streaming, so one real activity, real firing system, and you can see that people from control room can see exactly what the pilot is looking at in that moment. The system automatically processes the data, so segment the fire profile in order to optimize the approach, the drop, and so the effectiveness of the fire. And people that are on ground can see everything. You have seen that the color camera automatically swapped in order to allow the pilot to check the effectiveness of the drop. Most of the functionalities that are dedicated to the pilot is to detect the fire under the canopy that could be difficult to see from the helicopter, to see through the smoke. You will see it in a video in the next slide, to detect the effective fire front, that could be difficult to see from a pilot eyes when there is smoke. And as I told you, in the post-fire inspection, to detect the effective hotspot that have remained without wasting time dropping water everywhere. This is one of the main benefits for the safety. You see that here we have two benefits. One is to detect the fire contour that can be mapped, so georeference the digital profile. From the second point of view, we see through the smoke, and here you can see that the pilot has a clear view of the drop of the that is just made. Then there is the platform, so the Q.SYSTEM platform. Q.SYSTEM is mainly split into dedicated parts. One for real-time visualization that allows to track the position of every device that is registered in Q.SYSTEM. Q.SYSTEM is not just for helicopter, but also for UAV platform, ground trucks, people. Everything can be tracked and monitored in the same platform. Is for live streaming. So from drones, helicopter with our Q-Fly, or for people that are wearing a body cam. So every kind of video streaming can be integrated in the platform. And then there is the GIS web visualization that allows to check for photo that has been taken, video, everything is georeferenced on the map, fire profile, weather data, satellite data. Every kind of geolocalized information can be seen from this. I have given you the link, just if you want to see the platform in detail, is available on YouTube. This is the real-time visualization, and also the 3D visualization that you have just introduced recently. This allows you to have also a better vision of what is happening during the event. This is the fire simulator. That is the third part that I have introduced before. I have just to run the video that this didn't start. Here, this is a difference between two solutions. One is the real fire that is detected by the drones. Here in the lower part, you can see the classical fire simulator, the one used by most of the administration in the world, like the Farsight model. And in the upper part, there is the solution. I will stop the video just to compare the results. Our simulator that is a data-driven simulator. So the solution provided by the classical wildfire simulator is dynamically corrected from the measurements that are acquired by the live drones in real time. So what we have is a closed loop system that improve the prediction capability by dynamically correcting the estimate that is carried out.
Okay, so Terrafarmers, yes, we are focused and compromised on developing the most compelling technologies to accelerate nature restoration, large scale. So my name is Ivo. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Terrafarmers, together with Dario and Teresa. Me and Dario are totally coming from a different sector and areas. We are very keen on innovation. We were previously developing hydrogen engines for buses and trucks in Germany. But then we felt that we needed something else to push forward our decarbonization and sustainability. And this is where we met Teresa, forest engineering professor, which fell in love with our crazy ideas to bring to this sector of the environment. I will not bother you with a challenge. I think this is clear to all. Just saying that, you know, I think we are kind of in a snowball effect here. Climate change is let's say pushing extreme events. I think we've seen them last year and this year already. So I will move on to the opportunity but also a little bit the problem. So now after these extreme events happen, we need to deal with them as efficiently as possible. And here is where we enter. I mean, these lands are extremely degraded, then they suffer with the soil erosion. So basically, we pretty much lose all the topsoil. It's very prone to flash flooding and all these things, right? So we have a few financial mechanisms now to, let's say, to help and support the restoration of these lands and these areas. Some of them have to do with the carbon credits, but there are other financial tools. And for now, we are a little bit focused on this. And then a little bit the problem is that, or the additional problem is that also the traditional methods, you know, we are, at least here in Portugal, but I guess this is a common denominator throughout, is that we have a shortage of labor. All these processes are extremely slow and expensive. And additionally, we have also some, in some cases, especially here in the Mediterranean, some very low survival rates for the restoration projects. And here is where we came up with Trigger, is our reforestation drone. It has 10-kilogram payloads. We basically can deploy 10,000 seed pods per day. So this substitutes a lot of, let's say, manual work. Provides us the ability to have access to remote and inaccessible areas. And then is also the whole thing about digitalization. And so everything is, all the seed pods are geolocated, and so we can accelerate this process by 25 times, and so kind of a major obstacle for the restoration. Then the seed pods is a major component. So how to make them work on these very, very harsh environments, right? So we try to compact all these nutrients, all these biochar, for example, for water storage. So we try to give the seed everything it needs for germination and for thriving and growing, right? What we found out, because we're really pushing and try to push the whole technology in terms of efficiency, and especially for post-wildfire, mulching is one of the solutions that is pretty much validated by science. what we found out is that there are no means to deploy mulching in large scale, right? So manually it's difficult. By tractor you need roads. You even try to do it by helicopter, right? So we committed to develop a specific drone to deploy mulching to prevent erosion. It has a great impact and obviously on flash floods and all that stuff. What we further found out is that this mulching application, which is cost efficient, also boosts the regeneration efforts, right? So it provides enhanced survival rates, and it even pushes the growth of trees by almost 25%, both in width, height, even the whole structure of the trees. But also it provides us the means to think and dream about restoring dry and desert areas, which definitely affects the Mediterranean area. We also developed more biotech, spreading the seeds, fast germination seeds, so they can grab the soil for post-wildfire. These are granulated with biochar and clay, so we make sure they germinate and thrive very, very, very quickly. We've done several pilot projects. We are, as we speak, doing some executing our first sales. So we are definitely a startup pre-revenue last year. So now we're pushing for sales. So we are now engaging with major stakeholders in this sector, including Silvestris, Metsa, and some forest associations. So our business model is really to engage with these key partners to bring our solutions to market. We also made an application for a live project exactly to test all these solutions in Portugal, Spain, and France. I couldn't leave this information out in this presentation. It's still in Portuguese. I'm sorry, but we just signed an MOU with Esfaesnos. This company developed some patent projectiles for fire extinguish. For extinguish fires, and we immediately saw the synergies here. So dropping and deploying these projectiles with drones is kind of an interesting and perfect solution, especially for early fire, and possibly after the fire is extinguished. Also, it could help with that. But also protects infrastructures and communities. So basically, this is where we are with Terrafarmers today.
Welcome all. Especially thanks to FireRes for giving us this platform. Try not to disappoint. Let's dive into it. Later on, I'll tell you all about what we've created to help firefighters gain a better overview during wildfire fighting operations. But first, let's talk about LUCI. With LUCI, we strive to create a way to preemptively assess wildfire risk. What that means is that with LUCI, you gain insights to start work during winter instead of suppressing during summer. We've chosen this route because we believe that the key to sustainable wildfire management lies in prevention instead of suppression. So how can LUCI help prevent wildfires? We realize that resources are always limited. So land managers need information to decide when, where, and why they should work on a certain area in their land. So we built LUCI to reflect this need. Because we have the ability to look at individual moments in time, we provide you with a deeper understanding of past wildfire trends and fuel buildup. You can investigate how that fuel built up during a period leading up to a wildfire. Or you could look at current data to see what the actual risk is right now. We can look past weather alone, which makes this a more robust method than a momentary approach like the Canadian Fire Weather Index. And if data is available, you can look at the future. For instance, what would the effect of a certain preventative measure be? With all these options, you gain the ability to make advanced analyses through an easy-to-use system. In the spatial dimension, we have the ability to look at a very high resolution of up to 10 by 10 meters per pixel. It makes it possible to plan proactive risk mitigation measures, such as controlled burns, vegetation thinning, or other intervention that you apply in your land. LUCI can also assist with resource allocation. This enables optimization of deployment of fire prevention resources by identifying high-risk areas. And last but not least, LUCI can help with resilience planning. Because of the pinpoint accuracy, communities can identify where to act, so economic damage and most importantly, community safety is safeguarded. To really help land managers in their decision-making, LUCI can output the risk drivers that make up that risk. We are quite proud of this because this enables land managers to look at the locations beforehand and decide if their resources are best applied there. Moving a hill, for now, is quite difficult. So investing resources into the most effective measure is key. We offer two modes, one of which is the on-fire season mode. In this mode, we focus on resource allocation, immediate wildfire risk, and active monitoring of the land. The second mode is off-season. We focus on fuel management by looking at trends and past risk to assess where a wildfire is most likely to occur the coming wildfire season. And logically, with this knowledge, it's possible to do scenario planning and focus on asset protection. So some practical information. We are globally available. We have a 10 by 10 meter resolution and offer a personalized dashboard, and all data is preemptively validated before being served to the customer. We also offer an API and all our maps as a GIS integration. But LUCI doesn't decide the what, you do. We've spoken to many land managers, and what we've learned is you know best what to do. We only focus on the when, where, and why. Earlier, I spoke about how we aim to give firefighters more overview. This solution is called CHRIS. And the goal is to deliver instant and actionable information to boots on the ground. Most of you probably know and use drones. They have many advantages, such as being versatile, cost-effective, and much safer than helicopters. But they also know drawbacks. In the EU, the flight ceiling is 120 meters, unless you get an exemption, which is not possible in all the countries. Drones have a narrow field of view. If you look at a video on the left, I always describe this as the third tree on the left problem. Lacking reference points, it's difficult to pinpoint what location you're looking at. And there is a lack of information availability. The drone operator has control, and once flown past a point, it's challenging to see this point. So we created a way to stitch images in real time. CHRIS can offer you instant overviews because within seconds of making a picture, a map can be made. Because of this, we can provide continuous situational awareness because these maps can constantly be made by flying over the area. These maps become distributable. Everybody who has to deal with the incident can get continuously updated maps of the situation. This can prevent sudden surprises. Because these maps are continuously made, we create an historical record of what happened, enabling further analysis of the wildfire. So let me explain how it works, sort of, a little bit quickly. You upload a photo, and CHRIS processes that photo into an overview. We then serve you a map, and these maps can be created within seconds. They have millimeter precision, which is defined by the camera that is used by the drone. We can do multi-layer. If you have a camera for it, we can make a map out of it. So infrared, RGB, near-infrared are all possible. And last but not least, we have automated fire line and hotspot detection to locate the fire. We offer this as an API that can be integrated by the user, and this does require client-side developments. We offer a ready-to-go DJI integration where we provide a local deployment of the software that can be run on hardware provided by us or can be integrated in existing hardware. And we have a partnership with Tective. Be sure to check out their website. This is a system. The system is a semi-autonomous drone system, which consists of 5 drones, where 4 can stay continuously in the air. The system has a battery swapping system, so without external power, the drones can stay in the air for a minimum of 12 hours. The system is based on a trailer that can be hooked up to a regular car and was originally built for the military. And to finish off, we are looking for partners and clients. So if you're interested, please reach out so we can work together. Thank you very much.